is our banquet of discontent, and we shall gladly feast on those who would subdue us. Our fight is just beginning.
The behind-the-scenes vibes on Wednesday Season 2 were just as entertaining as what we'll see on screen, especially thanks to the returning cast. Jenna Ortega couldn't stop gushing about working with Fred Armisen, who plays Uncle Fester. She hilariously admitted that he has no clue how obsessed she actually is with him, even quoting his lines from the next room without him knowing. When asked if Fred was her personal version of Britney Spears, like Britney was to her mom, she didn't hesitate to say yes. Still, Jenna joked that despite her inner fangirl moments, no one ever notices because of her naturally serious expression, something she blames on her mom, calling it a hereditary resting bitch face. Between Fred's comedy and Jenna's stealth admiration, it's clear that Season 2's set was filled with some unforgettable moments. Season 2 of Wednesday wasn't just darker, bigger, and better, it was also full of wild moments behind the scenes. Jenna Ortega, back as the sharp and spooky Wednesday Addams, revealed that filming felt a bit more ambitious this time around, thanks to Netflix giving the team more creative freedom after the huge success of Season 1. The cast stayed mostly the same, but with some fresh faces joining after several characters met grim fates. And apparently, Catherine's not just gothic glam, she kept the set laughing non-stop, unless she was low on chocolate, that is. One of the most intense and unforgettable on-set experiences during Wednesday Season 2 was the epic fencing scene between Jenna Ortega and Catherine Zeta-Jones. Jenna confirmed that fencing played a major role this season, and both she and Catherine went through a bunch of lessons to prep. But it wasn't your typical training session, it all came together during late-night shoots in the rain, deep in the forest, sometimes while dressed in fancy gala outfits. And while Jenna was all in for the action, she gave a shout-out to her stunt double Jenny for pulling off one particularly wild jump. Jenna wasn't even on set for that moment. She was off handling producer duties since the show often had multiple units filming at once. Still, getting to choreograph a fencing sequence with someone like Catherine, who's got serious action chops from movies like Zorro, was a surreal experience Jenna won't forget. Season 2 of Wednesday brought not only shocking twists in the story, but also some unbelievable moments behind the scenes, especially with the addition of Hollywood legends Christopher Lloyd and Steve Buscemi. Jenna Ortega shared how surreal it felt working with Lloyd, considering his iconic film career and his deep connection to the Addams Family universe. She was still processing the fact that she got to share the screen with him. As for Buscemi, Jenna called him one of the coolest people she's worked with, laid back, unassuming, and effortlessly talented. She's actually worked with him twice now and says it's always a pleasure. Another thing about Wednesday Season 2 is that Jenna Ortega isn't just starring, she's now a producer too. She shared how much she loved stepping into that role, saying it opened her eyes to everything that goes on behind the scenes. Having been in the industry since she was a kid, Jenna felt it was the perfect time to take on more responsibility and help shape the show from the ground up. She got to be involved early in the process, seeing scripts develop and joining conversations ranging from creative decisions to safety planning. It might sound boring to some, but for her it was fascinating. Jenna also said she feels responsible for setting the tone on set, especially as the lead, and wants to make sure it's a welcoming, fun place for everyone. After all, Wednesday is a quirky, campy show, and she believes making it should be just as enjoyable as watching it. While filming Wednesday Season 2 in Ireland, Jenna Ortega took a break from the creepy forests and night shoots to fulfill a surprisingly wholesome bucket list dream: petting a cow. Yep, that was the highlight she'd been looking forward to the most. She visited an animal sanctuary just for the chance to finally hang out with one, and even though it smelled exactly like you'd expect a cow sanctuary to smell, Jenna said it was totally worth it. She was all smiles in the photo, but admitted she was basically jumping for joy inside. Coming from California, where it's more about rattlesnakes than farm animals, this was a brand new experience for her, and honestly, it might have been one of the most unexpectedly joyful moments during production. On top of all of this, Jenna Ortega's time filming Wednesday Season 2 in Ireland came with an unexpected side quest: becoming a chinchilla foster mom. During a visit to the local animal sanctuary, where she originally went just to pet a cow, she fell in love with a trio of chinchillas. The staff was surprisingly chill about the whole thing, and the very next day, Jenna showed up with a cage and took them home temporarily. She ended up caring for a mother and her two sons, whom she adorably named Alma, Donald, and Basil. She joked that she raised them into strong young men, all while filming one of the most high-profile Netflix shows around. So yes, while Wednesday Addams was busy battling dark forces on screen, behind the scenes, Jenna was living her best life as a chinchilla foster mom. Jenna Ortega didn't just leave Ireland with memories of filming Wednesday Season 2, she basically left with a whole animal kingdom. While cuddling chinchillas at a local sanctuary, she spotted a very pregnant dog roaming around and immediately started plotting a return visit. Her plan? Foster the chinchillas so she'd have an excuse to keep coming back and check in once the puppies arrived. Sure enough, when the litter was born, Jenna bonded with a runt, a tiny pup with a bad eye and constant health issues, and decided to adopt her too. So in the middle of handling stunt scenes, producing duties, and filming one of Netflix's biggest shows, Jenna was also out here rescuing animals like it was her second job. Jenna kept the dog, though she admits the pup has some strong preferences. Mainly, she only likes men with bald heads or beards and isn't the biggest fan of women. Still, having a dog has brought Jenna a sense of comfort, especially with her non-stop travel schedule, though things didn't always go smoothly. On her first day at the Netflix studio, the dog made quite the impression by pooping right in the middle of the setup. That little stunt got her banned from set. Despite the chaos, Jenna says the experience made her feel more at home while filming abroad. Jenna Ortega, Emma Myers, and Joy Sunday had plenty of laugh-out-loud moments while filming Wednesday Season 2, and they teased that fans might get a peek at some hilarious bloopers. According to the trio, the camp episode, Episode 3, and the glamorous gala sequence in Episode 7 were unexpectedly chaotic behind the scenes. Jenna said she felt especially ridiculous in Season 2, Episode 6, but being forced into a full-on pilgrim costume back in Season 1 also made her question reality. Emma recalled crawling on all fours during werewolf boot camp while stuntmen barked at her, which had her wondering, what am I even doing with my life? She joked about trying to explain it to her friends like it was a normal day. Joy threw in her own laugh-worthy memory, practicing something called poke cut, and bringing up a truly unforgettable look, Jenna in a Dalmatian helmet. That one seemed to haunt Jenna, who clearly didn't want to relive it. Season 2 of Wednesday is packed with incredible set details that fans shouldn't miss. Just like Season 1, the team went all in on the design, and it shows. One standout touch is the wallpaper. Set decorator Neville Gaynor had some custom designs made based on illustrations by Irish stained glass artist Harry Clark. He's the guy who did the cover art for Edgar Allan Poe's first book. Poe's eerie influence is all over this season, with wallpaper panels nodding to his iconic stories like The Telltale Heart, The Fall of the House of Usher, The Mask of the Red Death, and Ligeia. If you're sharp-eyed, you can also spot a portrait of Poe hanging in Principal Dort's office. Morticia Addams brings her gothic flair to Nevermore by redesigning a new cottage complete with rich, moody interiors. It took the crew about 9 weeks to build it, and it's filled with stylish pieces like Victorian table lamps in deep red, gold, and green that totally reflect her dark charm. And finally, Morticia and Gomez's massive, extravagant camping tent makes an appearance. It's dramatic, classy, and very on-brand. There's no official merch yet, but fans are already hoping someone makes a version of that tent available to buy. All in all, the new season offers plenty of spooky visual treats worth pausing for.